Hello, can you see me now? Is there anybody here? Because I wasn't expecting to, I wasn't planning to do this live stream, but I was feeling relaxed. Dave was feeling relaxed too. So we said we should do a live stream just to talk about any chisme, anything, whatever. So, how are you guys? How is this Sunday going to you? For us on Sundays, we do nothing. We just go to the market. Sometimes we see friends, and that's it. That's our Sunday. Hi Brian. Hi, how are you? Where are you from? In this live stream, I thought it would be interesting that my guest is going to be my husband. He's been living here with me, of course, for 5 years, Dave, more or less.
Yeah, 5 years.
5 years. So let's say he has been having a lot of interesting experiences that I would like him to tell you guys. Probably you have some questions about life in Mexico from his perspective. How is it to be married to a Mexican person as well? Any question that you want to ask, it's welcomed. Hola, Luis Flores. How are you? Okay, I live in North Carolina. Well, Dave, do you want to?
Okay, I'll
Do you
come
want
in.
to sit
Okay.
with me?
Okay, let's see how.
So,
Do you need to move up a bit? Let's see.
but we don't. I don't see the. Just,
Okay. Technical issues. Just a second. Right. Yeah, I think that's okay, isn't
perfect.
it? Okay.
Perfect. We just
Okay.
don't. We just don't see the chat.
Okay. Now we can see the chat as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay, Dave.
Okay. Well,
How-
we've got somebody who's watching from Cali, Colombia.
Cali. No, where?
Cali. Here, Robert Muir, a Scottish guy living in
Living
Cali.
in Cali, Colombia.
Great.
Okay. We want to go to Cali.
Yeah, it's like number one on our list of places that we haven't been to.
Been to, but we want to, and it's going to be probably the first place that we're going to
Yeah.
visit in our next trip to Colombia. Okay, Dave, where do you live in Mexico?
We both live in Querétaro, in the beautiful city of Querétaro, and we live in the center of the city, which
Okay.
is lovely.
It's lovely. And how did you arrive here in Querétaro? Did you know about Querétaro before, or?
No, I didn't know anything about Querétaro, so I don't know. We won't go through the story of how we met or anything. There's videos about that. Go and watch that later. But I was living in the UK. I already knew Karen. She got in touch, and I was working in a job where it was quite likely that I was going to have to go to Mexico at some point. And Karen said, "Oh, you should go. I'm living in Querétaro. It's really nice. You should come and visit." And anyway, I left the job, but I went to study, and in my winter holidays, I thought, I'll go to Mexico, and travelled around a bit. And I came to Querétaro to see Karen more than anything. I'd never heard of it, but I was studying to be I'd been working as an English teacher. I was doing a master's in teaching English, and my plan was always to teach English somewhere outside the UK. And I was like, this Querétaro place is lovely. Karen is lovely. This could be a good place. So this is why we ended up here.
Yes. Okay.
We've got a few questions
wow,
already,
we
yeah.
have a lot of people here. It's better just to
Yeah,
do a live stream.
yeah.
We have more people here. So let's see. Hello from Houston, Laura. I would say Laura in Spanish. Okay, Mr. 95. I'm from the Netherlands.
Netherlands, very international, yeah.
International. We're international people. I'm from Rickman, Tennessee,
I
right?
guess it's Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yes. This is a good question.
Which one?
Billy Ray. It's like-
Billy Ray. Okay. If when you guys have children, your thoughts on them being born and raised in Mexico versus UK. Okay, American expat. Oh, living in Playa and marrying a Mexican.
Oh, very nice.
Okay, so what do you think about the education system in Mexico?
Well, I worked in it for a while. So I worked in a private high school here in Querétaro. One of the one of the more expensive ones. So kind of like, there were kids, politicians' children, and I don't know. The kids had a lot more money than me, basically. And I really wasn't impressed at all by the way that the school was run, the standard of education, mostly because of me, because I wasn't teaching very well. But yeah, I think obviously there are loads and loads of very smart people in Mexico, but
Be careful.
Well, no, obviously, a lot of people come out of the Mexican education system very well prepared. If you're a bright person, then anybody can learn whatever they want, and they'll get the most out of the situation. But I think the quality of living in Mexico would be very great for kids. People are outside a lot, and you can play
they can
around
make
and
friends. We like being outside all the time. It's easy to entertain ourselves.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think if I were to have kids here, I'd probably want to be a bit more involved in their education to kind of support them a little bit more, because at least from what I've seen, my experience of the school that I worked in wasn't that great. So that's what I'd say.
Yeah, obviously I don't have experience in the UK, so I don't have any other different opinion. But it's common to hear people here that they want to study in other universities, because we think that the other universities are much well prepared than the Mexican universities, if we are talking about universities. So, but the nice thing about Mexico is that the universities are very affordable.
Well, public universities, the best universities are generally the public universities, right? Well,
Yeah,
more or
it
less,
depends. More or less.
But it's not like the cheap ones are bad. Definitely not.
No,
Definitely not. Yeah.
that doesn't exist. But yeah. So, okay, I think we answered the question.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so let me see. Pamela Jones is taking the courses, my Spanish courses.
Excellent, excellent.
Hi, hola Pamela, and she speaks very well Spanish, very well, because I don't want to take the credit, Pamela. No, she already spoke very well. So, okay, why you tripping? Feliz cumpleaños.
Okay.
Okay,
Neither of our birthdays, but thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take it when it comes.
Ken, if you're okay, yeah, Ken, thank you very much. Ken, if you're watching,
tell everyone to like
touch the like icon.
Yeah. You always forget that. Tell everyone to subscribe.
Subscribe, guys, please. Also, I wanted to say that I didn't release a video because my laptop is getting very very slow. It's an old laptop, right? More or less. So we took it to do a
clean and put some more RAM in it.
And so it's fine. Hopefully it's going to be fine now. So I will be releasing videos next weekend. Luis Flores, how difficult did you find transitioning culturally to Mexico? That's a good question. Yeah, tell us. How was your first shocking experience, or what was the situation where you said these Mexicans are crazy?
I don't know. Nothing particular. I mean, there's a lot of differences, I guess, but I think it's more like over time you sort of notice things. I think on the surface, like I'd already been in Colombia, I liked living in Latin America. I came here and everyone was very nice, and I felt like I fit in pretty quickly. There wasn't any like immediate culture shock, but then I think like as time goes by, you notice things that are a bit different and things that are a bit surprising.
Tell us an example.
Well, you're going to make videos about this soon, I think. So that's. Oh, look, somebody's given us a tip. That's very nice. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Josep.
Oh, that's lovely.
We should do something about that.
Okay, you think about that. one of the big things is kind of the divisions or the classism based on race here, which I think is something that, like, I don't know. As time goes by, I see more and more evidence of this, of the way that it manifests itself in society.
Which is, from what I've read or heard, completely different to other countries. It's not the same as the United States. It's more, many people would say Mexico is divided by classism, but it's more complicated, and you realized about that, right, later.
Yeah, I remember one of the first things that stood out to me was when I was working at this school, it was a school for rich kids. So generally the kids were white, like very white, like a European classroom basically. And I'd take the bus to school, and like everyone on the bus was, I don't know, people who take the bus are generally doing it because they don't have a car, or maybe Yeah, I didn't, so, because it's cheaper. And people were a lot more dark-skinned on the bus, and then I get out of the bus and go to the school, and everybody was white. And I was like, whoa,
That was your first, one of your shocks, what's the word, shock?
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. And I'm like, Karen, I've noticed this. And you're like, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you told me, and I was, what's your question? So it's true. Dave is being with Dave. It's very interesting because the questions that he asks about my culture makes me think more about my culture, about Mexico, and it's like, it's true, good point. It makes me more conscious, probably. So that helps a little bit. So there are a lot of questions.
A lot of questions. Sorry. Wes is here. Say hi, Wes.
Hi,
good to see you. We were watching your video earlier about your restaurant.
We always watch your videos. So, okay, where were we?
Billy says, am I Welsh? I'm guessing from around Went. No, I'm from the Midlands. So not a million miles away, but I'm not Welsh.
So, collab with True Mexico anytime soon?
It'd be cool. It'd be nice to meet him. I don't know.
It'd be nice to meet him. We sent him a message. He didn't answer, though.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it'd be cool to meet him. He seems like a nice guy. Makes good videos. Okay.
Okay, there's a question here. How do you pronounce his name? Doug. I watch a lot of TV. What do you do for entertainment instead of watching TV? Okay. Well, we actually go out. It's because we live in the center here in Querétaro. There are a lot of events on the weekends, or a lot of people outside, or we like walking, right? That's what we do. We also, I haven't gone to the gym, but that's something that we do. Yeah. We go to the gym, and we are.
Well, a lot of our work is kind of our
friends.
Hobbies as well.
Yeah, like our work, yeah. Our hobby is our work. That's probably a problem.
Yeah. Are you making videos? Me, the coding was always my hobby, and now it's my job. But I still do it on the side as well as my projects. So.
Now that we have bicycles, because of Jenny and Kevin from Vallarta Travel, they were living in our home while we were in Colombia, and they bought bicycles, and then now we bought their bicycles, and that's something that we do from time to time, right? So okay, let's see.
Okay. I'm curious. That's a good question. I'm curious if you guys experience any racism for being in a biracial relationship.
Okay, probably we are talking a lot about racism.
It's weird, yeah. It's probably the channels become more about that, I think, than you planned.
Yeah, but that's a good question. You tell me. What do you think?
Well, no. I'm white. Everybody likes white people.
Oh my God, that's true. It's sad but true.
Mm.
That's one. Well, let me tell you an experience that actually I was talking with Wes and Wes' wife. When we went to Colombia this summer, it was very interesting because we started to talk about this racism in Mexico and in Colombia. And we were telling them about this problem in Mexico, and they said, which is in Mexico, the problem sometimes is it has to do with the skin color. And yeah, it's sad but true. There's a problem there, and in Colombia, from what they told us, the skin color doesn't matter. It's not important, and I was a little bit surprised because I don't know, it's different in Mexico. So that could be a difference that I face there. And well, here in Mexico, I haven't experienced any racism.
Maybe in YouTube comments.
Comments.
The worst comes out of people in the YouTube comments, but
I haven't experienced it.
Always from Mexicans.
From Mexicans.
Always from Mexicans.
Yeah. Towards me.
Towards you, no, not towards me. I'm white, obviously.
So in the UK, when we've been there, no, not really.
No, they don't like Romanians. So you're fine. You're just exotic there.
Yeah. So no, but that doesn't mean probably that it doesn't exist. But nobody's going to tell you something.
No,
definitely
no, it's not an issue in our.
No, it's not
lives.
an issue here in Mexico. So.
Blair's left a comment. Hi Blair.
Hi Blair, how are you? So Blair says, your Colombian trip was awesome. Thank you. I'm not going to read that because I don't even know how to pronounce it. Vicariously.
It means he's watching your videos and he feels like he's traveling with you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you very much, Blair, for this nice message. Okay, where do you enjoy living more, Mexico or the UK? What do you think, Robert? We are living in Mexico. We are very happy here in Mexico. We have to go to the UK actually, at some point. Just to visit.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's nothing to stop. We could live in the UK if we wanted to. There's nothing to stop us.
But we don't want to.
Yeah, we prefer it here.
Mm-hmm. So. It's nice living here.
So I just noticed Doug has left a
muchas
tip as well. That's very kind of him.
gracias.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm going to say that in Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, Luis Flores. Look, Brian asked something, but I don't know what this means.
This woke ideology. I don't know. It's a very political thing, and I don't know if I can explain it well.
If it's political,
so,
I don't know. It's if it's heavy, I prefer you don't talk about.
Sorry about that, Brian, but we'll.
But you tell me later what is it about.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna read about later. Yeah. Okay. Luis Flores, did you know? Oh my God! I need to read more out loud. Did you know you would eventually marry a Latina or Hispanic woman? Did you want that?
I didn't want to marry anyone, but then you came along and it was like,
true.
well.
He didn't want to marry anyone. That wasn't your plan.
No, but
then
you came along and just.
And then you
well, here we are.
Yeah, it wasn't your plan.
Yeah, so it wasn't like, oh, I need a Latina woman. Where can I find one? No, definitely not.
But that was you always knew you wanted to live in Latin America. Not because of women.
I mean, I like Latin America, but I was also living in Japan, and I like, we both want to live in Thailand. So yeah, I don't know. things worked out the way they did, but I don't think you can plan them.
So it seems to me, because I've read, it's just to see what you say. I want to see your reaction. That there's a stereotype in Europe with Latinas women that they are very, how can I say that? Like they always say they're calientes. Like, is that true?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like that.
No, me neither, because that's a
especially being here,
stereotype.
yeah, 'cause,
That's a stereotype.
I mean, yeah, obviously the stereotype exists. But yeah, you can't generalize, can you? I mean, there's cultural differences, obviously,
No.
but I don't think it's not nice to be like, oh yeah, spicy Latinas or something. It just
No,
feels like,
exactly. Yeah, I don't like that, but it seems that that stereotype exists, and it's like we are not different. We're just women.
yeah.
But anyway, okay. What else? Was he saying? Can't wait to see you guys again in Manizales. We want to go back again. Okay. Dry UK humor compared to Mexican. That's a good question.
It's a good question.
To Mexican humor.
Yeah, I don't think there's a huge difference. I think Mexican humor can be very dark. Like if there's a tragedy or something like that, like people are very quick to make jokes about it, which I think is funny. And also, they're quite rude, like albures and stuff, like quite childish.
We like albures.
Yeah, like childish humor, talking about sex and stuff and body parts. I think that's quite funny, and
it's funny.
Quite similar in the
It's
UK.
funny. Yeah, it's very childish, but I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Bloody hell.
Oh wow.
Wow,
Okay,
very generous.
wait. Hi, Volko.
Right, yes.
Thank you very much. Gracias. Muchas gracias for the tip. Nice to see you both together here. Thank you. And Blair too. Thank you very much, Blair, for the tip. Thank you.
We're going to buy a bottle of wine with that in a bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I hope to see you soon. I know you saw Dave the other day. So Dave told me. So yeah, I hope to see you soon. Okay. So so what were you saying?
Hang on.
I forgot.
I think I lost my train of thought. But we've got a few questions. What do you think of Puerto Vallarta?
I've never been.
Have you? I thought you'd been.
No.
I've never been.
No, I've never been, but I've heard it's a city basically with beach, and it's very modern. So I've heard good things about Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, I've only heard good things. The only thing is I've heard it's quite expensive. So maybe, compared to other holidays that we would make within Mexico, like that might cost a bit more. But it's definitely something that we want to see because we've heard such good things.
Yeah, definitely. But you didn't talk about UK humor, or did you say that?
Yeah, I think that's it.
You can read the other
Okay.
question.
Well, actually, we can put an ad so you can get a break and get some water, and we'll be back in a second. Okay.
What are you going to do?
Puso un anuncio. I think there's an advert playing now. Let's see. We've not done this before.
What about if they are listening?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to keep talking, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. No, gracias. No, está bien. Right. Traveling Eddie says, "Hi guys, I'm Colombian American, and I prefer Mexico over Colombia. Mexico has so much to offer in so many ways. I was there for 6 months last year. Got to go back for more down the road. That's very nice. I think they're both great countries.
What?
Colombia and Mexico. Traveling Eddie says he's Colombian American, but he prefers Mexico.
Oh, Eddie, what are you saying? I think both countries are nice. I think Colombia has a lot of. No, I won't say anything. It's nice. It's different.
It is different.
And
It's
I
very
don't know how to
different.
explain.
It's very different.
So, but there are a lot of questions.
Yeah, we've read this. I was in Merida, Mexico in February. Eye-opening experience. We've not been to Merida either.
We've not been. What are we doing?
Well, it's expensive to travel all the time.
All
so
the
we
time.
travel quite a lot.
We
Just come
we
back
are
from
not
Colombia.
the type of people who travel all the time. We travel.
Yeah,
right,
travel a lot, yeah. But we just haven't been to Merida yet.
yeah.
It'd be good to
Hopefully
go.
soon.
Yeah, some of the guys I work with are in Merida, so I'd like to go down and see them.
Billy, what did you delete?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I didn't see it, no.
Retracted. Okay, what's tastier, Mexican pasties or Cornish pasties?
That's a good question. You've had both.
I would say Mexican pasties, just because Mexican they put chili in Mexican pasties.
There's more variety, isn't
There's
there?
more variety, but the dough of the British pasties is very tasty.
Yeah.
That's what I like about the British pasties.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned working as
Oh,
my
Luis
God,
is
Luis
sensitive as well. Oh, dear.
Flores. Muchas gracias, Luis. Okay, let's answer Luis
Yes.
Flores' question and then we go back. Have you gone to Mexican theater? If so, what's your impression? What do you mean about un teatro?
Yeah, we haven't been. Have
We've been.
When did we go?
Oh,
We've seen
I didn't
stand-up.
walk with
We've
you.
seen stand-up comedians.
We've been to this small was it with you?
I don't think so. With your boyfriend, I think.
Oh my God, it's great. The experiences that I've had, it's been of course I like it. It's very entertaining.
Entertaining.
But it's obviously it has a lot of Mexican humor. So
Yeah.
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 But if you speak Spanish, you'll be fine.
Yeah, there's all of these theatres in Cinco de Mayo, and we keep saying we need to go, and we never go.
We've never gone.
And there's all these cultural things happening in Querétaro all the time, and we're not taking advantage.
But we went to Colombia
Yeah.
during this time, and yesterday we couldn't go. I think they finished today.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not sure.
but the plays on Cinco de Mayo, they still be they'll still be going.
Okay,
Okay,
so
we're going back up.
back.
Okay.
Working as you mentioned working as a coder. I'm paid extremely well in the US. Is it relatively easy to command a similar salary in Mexico? That's a good question.
That's a good question. So I work for a US startup, and they hire most of the development team is based in Mexico or other parts of the world. I am aware of the salaries in the US. They are very, very, very high. My salary is not. It wouldn't be an attractive salary in the US. But in terms of I don't know. It affords me a very comfortable standard of living, and I wouldn't. You get recruiters contacting you saying, "Oh yeah, we've got jobs in the US that pay like $100,000, $120,000 a year, but you have to go to the US." And that doesn't sound like a good deal for me. I think
it seems like at the end it's kind of the same, isn't it? Because the cost of living in the US is very high, and at the end you end up taxes. You end up paying a lot, and then. But if you are in Mexico, of course, your salary is still high, but for a standard a standard of living in Mexico, is fine.
Yeah.
More than fine.
And obviously, if you're like a senior, you've got loads of experience, then I guess employers don't care where you are, and you can make loads of money. So that's the plan in the future. Hopefully, I'll get all the big bucks later on, but yeah.
Okay.
Shall I read it to you? Okay. In Colombia, skin color does not matter in general. It's more about your socioeconomic background and the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you need to do a video next time.
I did. I did know, but I didn't remember about that.
The estratos.
The estratos in Colombia. What's the status? Because that's interesting, and that doesn't exist in Mexico, and I think that could be a problem because that could cause a lot of segregation. Okay. Can you explain?
So in Colombia, your houses are divided into 6 estratos, like status. 6 is the highest, 1 is the lowest, And if you live in Estrato 6, then your bills, your electric and everything is going to be more expensive. And then you're subsidizing the people from the lower stratus, which sounds good.
A good idea.
It's a bit weird that it's based on like where you live, because you could have like no income but live in a fancy area, but you know, whatever. But apparently it can cause division because people can sometimes discriminate based on your estrato. It sort of gives you a number in society, which causes some issues, apparently. But it's very interesting.
And they can also cause a lot of problems because sometimes the parents have the money, but not the children. Or, for example, if a person is going to study in the university, but probably they had a fight with their parents, which was a real example that we were told. The university still says, but you belong to Status 6, you need to pay much more in the university, but the person actually doesn't have the money. So that's one example of a problem that could happen. But that would be, that's a good topic for a video that we planned, right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Oh, here we go.
Does your husband miss a good cup of English tea or beans or on toast? Yes, good question.
It is a good question. I never drank much tea. I've always drank more coffee, so that's not really an issue. Beans on toast is nice. Karen thinks it's really weird.
Because it's sweet too.
It is weird, but I like it. But beans here are great, and there's a lot more variety. So I yeah. If I had to choose the beans...
you love beans.
Yeah,
all the time he's making beans.
Yeah.
So probably you miss beans, your beans.
No, well, I'd put sugar in and try to make them the same, but it's good with chili and...
With chili,
okay.
of course. What was it? I thought you put sugar.
What are popular music genres in Mexico?
Banda is very popular. If you go to a restaurant, a bar, banda is what you are going to hear more at the end of when the bar wants to close, wants to shut.
To
Can
get
I
rid
say
of
shut?
everyone. Or when people are drunk, because you need to be drunk to listen to banda, because it's awful.
Because you don't like banda,
hate
but a lot of
I hate
people
banda.
like banda. And people sing when they are very drunk. That's common. Banda, what else? Pop music. We hear there's a lot of music from the United States is common. It's very, very common. But also reggaeton, cumbia, Mexican cumbia. It's very common, and that's it.
Yeah. No, one thing that surprised me when I first came is that you hear like a lot of like Pink Floyd is very popular. Like it's common to hear it in bars and stuff, whereas I don't know in the UK. I don't think they play it quite as much. Simply Red. I haven't heard it for a while, but Simply Red was massive when I came here, and obviously that was a good 20 years after they were popular. So I don't know. There's a lot of like rock music is very popular.
Too. Yeah. We like a lot of people like rock music. You were surprised because in the town where my mom lives in Hidalgo, I think it was one of the first times that I took you to the town where my mom lives, and we went to a bar. And that bar plays a lot of rock music.
But like metal music, like really heavy music.
Metal music, and the people with long hair, men with long hair, dressed in black, like very, like her. And he was surprised, like, I thought in the town they would listen to cumbia or banda or something like that, and no.
I was very sheltered. I thought I was thinking in stereotypes.
You were thinking in stereotypes.
Obviously, people in small towns have all the same tastes as everywhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
There's very diverse music everywhere.
You are different now.
You
change.
Yeah.
Okay, so
let's try this one.
Eddie, Puerto Vallarta is better than Cancun. I was there last year. If you go up the coast to San Pancho, Nayarit, Riviera, you'll find a nice spiritual town. Yeah, we went to San Pancho. and we went to Sayulita too, and we like it.
It was nice.
It was nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Super
Champancho was nice. It seemed like more fancy restaurants and stuff.
Just in one street.
Yeah, very small, but
and
like
that's it.
a good choice of nice restaurants.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Oh,
Oh my God. Sorry. Yeah. Football fan here. Querétaro has a bad incident at their stadium. How did it affect the city in general? Was it big news or just a sport thing? Actually, it was big news. How do you think it affected Querétaro?
Well, people were talking about it for a bit, and like the people at work, because I work online, so people from all over Mexico, and they were asking me about it. So it was definitely big news all over the country.
Definitely, and yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
A lot of people were hurt.
Yeah, a friend of ours was there. Podge was there.
No, he was like very surprised, very shocked of everything that happened. And some people say that it was planned, that it had to do with the government, and very political things. But yeah, it was huge.
Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah.
Okay, so. Okay, Mexican reformists. How's the tech industry in Mexico? Dave?
There's a lot of tech companies. I've met a lot of, when I was teaching English, I taught a lot of programmers. Like I said, I think there's a lot of companies in the US who are hiring down here, or sort of even outsourcing companies. So they hire local programmers and then have clients in the States and build applications for them and stuff. So there's that. I know the salaries for a lot of the companies actually in Mexico, like if I got a job up the road, they are a lot lower than what you could find in the kind of thing that I'm doing. Which seems strange because surely if you know how to code, then you'd be going after the higher paying jobs, and then the local jobs would have to compete in terms of salaries. But yeah, there's lots of jobs there. But there's a big range in salaries.
Okay. Okay, Fernando, nos gusta mucho su canal. Pensamos mudarnos a Querétaro. Okay, yeah, good choice. Querétaro is a nice city. Let's see. Eddie again. What did you like the most initially when you had already been in Mexico for a month? And what did you like most about your trip to Colombia? Good question.
What did I like about living here for a month?
After a month.
Probably the weather. The weather in Querétaro is amazing. And if you're not used to it being sunny all the time, I think it has a big difference on your mood.
That's it, the weather. What about the food? What about...
The food's good. Everything's good. I don't know.
I'm a little bit disappointed.
No, but if you know that when you were in the UK, you were miserable because it was raining. And
that's an important part.
It's nice to be somewhere when the weather is nicer. Because I'm saying after a month, because I these are kind of new things. I wasn't exposed to a lot of the different aspects of living in Mexico.
I think one of the first things, and it's very superficial, but you were amazed by how the architecture of the city, and you said Querétaro is not a city that is mentioned abroad.
It is now,
but at that time it wasn't, and it's unbelievable, the architecture and everything. And not only Querétaro, it's nice to see that Mexico has a lot of towns and cities with nice, very, very nice architecture all over Mexico. So that's it's still surprising to me. So I like Mexico.
Yeah, it's a good place. That's why we're here.
Yeah. So, okay, so you choose the question.
Okay. One more question. Have you ever thought about moving to Spain? Have you ever visited? My mom's from Peru and she loves Spain a lot. Well, you've been to Spain. I took you to Spain.
To
Magaluf.
stop saying that.
It's Magaluf, that's where we went.
Why do you like saying that? But
It's funny.
It's funny because Magaluf is. But what's the island?
Mallorca.
Name? Mallorca. We went to Mallorca, and Mallorca. It seems it's so beautiful. There are nice, very nice areas, but we went to Magaluf, and it seems Magaluf is the area where the British people go to have parties.
Yeah, pretty much. It's all English people. Everything's in English.
Everything is very British, and I went there because when you tell your friends, British friends, that we went to Magaluf, they always do this face like, what? And I feel bad because I feel bad, but at the same time I wanted to see, because I think that's a cultural part of your culture.
Exactly, yeah.
Why do they go to Magaluf all the time? Why do British people go to Magaluf? And we went.
You immersed yourself in the culture. You got very drunk and you're dancing to Come On Eileen and...
I just needed to do what you do.
Yeah.
You guys
It was good
do.
fun.
It was fun.
But yeah, it would be good to see proper Spain. I haven't seen very much of it other than the place, like the English place, the place where the English people go. So, yeah, hopefully we'll get a chance at some
soon.
point. Mm-hmm.
Let's see how it goes. Okay. Look. I ever thought about no. Okay. Yeah. You already read that, right, Billy? You already read Billy. Okay, someone
Someone's just giving us
is
a tip.
giving dog again. Muchas gracias. You two have obviously mastered many relationship skills. Woo!
Oh, maybe.
I hope so. It's been difficult. What do you attribute to that? What do you attribute that to? Okay.
Ask us in 50 years if we're still together.
I don't know. It's been difficult, you know. It's been
Marriage is hard work.
It's been
But
very
we love
hard.
each other very much.
We love each other very much.
Yes.
It's been difficult.
Yes.
I don't, because a culture is obviously a thing. It's true that if you come from different cultures, even the jokes. One thing that I've learned of being with you is to communicate more, because one of the things that I do is that I believe people are in my head and that they guess my thoughts, and sometimes I don't say full phrases. I just say part of the phrase because I think they are in the same with me, and that's a problem. And sometimes it worked with my Mexican boyfriends. I don't know if because they were Mexican or something like that. I'm not saying, well, that didn't work with Dave. So I learned to communicate myself. Yeah, that's one thing that I learned. And what would you say? Say something different.
Yeah, I don't know. Marriage is
difficult.
Is
beautiful.
It's something that you enter into together, and you just have to be patient with each other and try to. You learn to understand each other more every day.
Woo! Okay.
Okay, let's see. Traveling Eddie said if you want to make a video on Stratos, he can help. That's very nice.
Thank you, Eddie. Yeah, I will be contacting you, but let me edit my videos that I have here to edit first. Okay. Bad Boy 62 can't stand banda. Well, I have to tell you, I'm Mexican. I don't like Mexican, and I don't like banda. So, okay, as a Brit, what is the best English Irish pub in Querétaro? That's a good question.
That's a good question. I never go to them.
No.
Well, rarely, because they're more expensive. So, yeah, I don't know. It's generally like if somebody else organises something, and Celtics is like the most popular one. It's an Irish bar by the Aqueduct. So yeah, it's quite often people will be like, "Oh, let's go there," but it's really expensive, so I'd rather not go to those.
Yeah, you always go to, as long as it has a Victoria.
And they don't sell Victoria in Celtics, so that's also.
So,
In none of the Irish bars, actually, in Wicklow's, they only sell.
because you have
Baltimore.
to try maybe a British beer.
Yeah, but it costs like 5 times as much as a
Yeah,
Victoria. And
why would you
Victoria
pay
is delicious.
So why would you pay more?
Yeah.
Okay. Both are pretty good tasting. How is your Spanish, Dave?
Excellent.
Tell us something. Tell us something.
What do you want? I don't know. I speak Spanish all the time. We've been speaking Spanish for years. It's fine.
We speak in
It's good.
Spanish all the time. So I love a live salsa man when I heard it from the first time. We love salsa.
Salsa,
too.
yeah. Love salsa.
We love salsa
And cumbia.
and cumbia too. Okay, do you ever travel to northern states like Chihuahua? No, we haven't traveled to.
The most northern we've been is Sinaloa. And you didn't release the video. You have some like footage from Mazatlan that you never released.
What's that? What does that mean?
I can't say it because it's a naughty word. He's saying, "Why are you with me?"
But is he being rude?
He's being rude.
Because I love him. You're the best.
Oh, am I a pan?
You're a pan.
Yes, thank you. Like Ricardo Anaya.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know another British YouTuber, Theo Paul? Yeah, do you know another British YouTuber?
No, we've not met him. Somebody else asked. No, we've not met him. It'd be nice if anybody knows him, and if he comes up to Querétaro or whatever. Awesome, it'd be great to meet him. He seems like a really nice guy. We were watching his videos before Karen started the channel, and yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, they're really good. Being an American myself, I'm curious to know if there are many American expats there in your area.
Oh, loads.
It's common.
Everywhere.
Yeah, it's common. And not only here, it seems there are many cities, even in Mexico City. Obviously, it's the capital.
Yeah. Totally agree about Victoria. Victoria is amazing.
David says, had a theory that Dave was secretly through Mexico.
No, I'm not.
Oh my God, so far we've been having 2 comments that they say they are held to review. So what are you asking, guys? What?
I don't know. People being very, very gossipy and stuff.
Gossipy, or they are trying to, I don't know. Okay, so
Okay, I'm going to put an ad here, and we'll wait for a few more questions to come.
I actually have a okay.
Okay, well, you asked me the question. I think it's still recording. It's just an advert to.
I would like I would like you to talk about that you want to get your Mexican passport. That would be interesting to know, and good information.
Good information, yeah.
And why do you want to get your Mexican passport? So is it still recording?
I believe so, yeah. So well, my plan was, since coming back from Vietnam, that I'd like to get Mexican citizenship. And there are a few reasons for that. One, because as a foreigner, even if you've got permanent residency, you need to keep immigration up to date about where you live, if you change your job, things like that, if you change your wife. So I don't really like that. It's a bit of a pain every time. Dealing with any government agency in Mexico is a nightmare, even for something. It is quite simple, but it's everything's a lot more stressful than it needs to be. But also, I like Mexico. I feel comfortable here. It's a country which I feel has treated me well, and you know,
You feel comfortable living here.
Yeah.
Your plan is to live here.
Probably indefinitely. I mean, you know, we can go to Colombia and stuff, and you know, we're not tied to one place, but
yeah, you actually said that you felt very comfortable since the beginning.
yeah.
And that's something nice. Something
Yeah.
nice to know. And so you are getting your citizenship now, or
No, as you know. My plan was, so I got 2 years temporary residency when we came back, and then after 2 years temporary residency, if you're married, you can get citizenship. But my lawyer didn't tell me that I needed to have 2 years and then extra time on my visa to be able to begin the process. So
you need to.
I'm going to get my permanent residency in November, and then I don't know, at some point I'll get the citizenship.
There's no rush.
There's no risk, because then I'll be permanent resident and I can relax.
Uh-huh.
No more visas and stuff.
Yeah,
So.
and one of the things you said that you were very excited about getting your Mexican passport because you wanted to vote.
I want to be able to vote, and I want to be able to complain about politics.
You want to have the right to complain about politics, because so far you've been complaining just with me.
Yes.
And you need to share your ideas with more people.
Yes. So if I become Mexican, then I'll be able to complain. But until then, I have to just complain to Karen.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I wanted to mention: we see a lot of people commenting on Karen's videos, and they say, I'm moving to Mexico because the politics in the United States is terrible, and I can't stand it anymore. And I always think
this is not a paradise.
You don't know anything about Mexican politics, do you?
This is not a paradise. Definitely not. It's. Obviously, we don't understand. We haven't been in the United States, but from what we can read, obviously, we understand that part. But it seems overall, it makes. Well, I don't want to talk about that. No. Okay, so let's change topic and let's answer one question. Let's see. Is it true that they raising the monthly requirement to over $2,000?
Well, it's because.
Do you know something about
yes, that? Yes, it's because the income requirement is based on basis salario mínimo, so the multiples of the minimum wage, and AMLO's been raising the minimum wage quite rapidly, which is great. Mm-hmm. And as a result, the requirements are going up proportionate to that. I've seen a lot of people on like the expat groups and saying, why are they raising it so quickly? Don't they want Americans? And I think it's basically, they're updating one thing which causes this effect, and I don't know. Well, they haven't made any adjustments to make it easier, but that's why. So yeah, I don't know. It's more difficult, unfortunately. Probably some people who wanted to move here can't, which is a shame. But every country has a right to determine its own immigration policies, and Mexico's is relatively very lenient compared to a lot of places. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Luis Flores, any interest in going to Ecuador? Not now. No, I haven't thought about.
Ecuador? No, not well. It's not that we're not interested, but it's not somewhere that we've discussed. Yeah.
Okay. Many expats in Allende, Querétaro, Guanajuato, Ajijic. Yeah, it's true. Okay. Eddie again. Estás haciendo. I'm going to read it because that fits my ego.
Okay.
Estás haciendo un trabajo muy bacano con su canal y con el apoyo de su esposo Dave. Muchas gracias, Eddie, muy amable. Okay, if you get Mexican citizenship, you will need to sing Cielito Lindo on your YouTube. And if England play Mexico, who will you cheer on?
Nobody, because I won't be watching.
Yeah, he doesn't like.
But yeah, when I do get my citizenship, we'll have to have a big party, and I'll have to dress up as a charro or something like that. It'll be a good excuse. Yeah.
Okay, so somebody else is here, Andreas. A question still unanswered and that everybody wonders. Did you find the chamarra?
Yes.
No, I lost it. I lost it yesterday. Well, chamarra is jacket. You know that in Mexico we don't say chaqueta, we say chamarra. And I lost my jacket yesterday because.
Because you forgot it in the taxi.
I think it was in the taxi. I don't know.
Well, you didn't have it after leaving the taxi, so
Mm-mm.
it's a shame because it was very nice.
It was very
jackets,
nice
but-
and yeah. So David Campos says, happy face.
Happy face. It was very nice. Okay.
So any other question? Do you have? Let me see if I can ask you a question.
Okay, you can ask me a question if you want.
But I don't. Let me see. I actually have here on Google the top 10 questions asked to foreigners living in Mexico.
Oh, right, okay.
So okay, let's see. What is Mexico? No, that is boring. Okay, this is the typical one. No, I'm tired of violence in Mexico, and these are very boring questions. How would you say How would you say Mexicans are? Oh my God.
Yeah. What are Mexicans like?
Yeah, es
Yeah.
como personalidad.
Yeah, the personality.
Uh-huh.
No,
What are Mexicans like?
there's like 127 million Mexicans. There's all sorts. But there's some common types of personalities, aren't there? Like your señoras and like your tia and like the religious old woman or something like that. Mi reyes, like fancy
Fresas, fancy
yeah.
people, and everything. So for example, what's a mi rey?
Mi reyes are the children of rich people, basically. So people who have, a very privileged upbringing, because Mexico is a very, very divided society in terms of wealth. There's a lot of people who have an awful lot of money. It's definitely not a poor country, but there are a lot of poor people because the wealth isn't distributed very evenly. And the mi reyes are generally the children of the upper class who have like a privileged upbringing, and they're probably sheltered from the realities and maybe like a bit stuck up or pretentious or arrogant. Is kind of the idea. Oh, Billy's left a
Billy!
tip.
Muchas gracias, Billy. Okay. Can you read it?
Okay.
Can
He says,
go
I'm
for me,
73 years old. In the Philippines, I cannot own a house but might easily find a lover. In Mexico, I can own a house but less likely to find a lover. Do you agree or disagree?
Oh my God.
I don't know. There's a lot of people in both countries. They're both very populated, very populous countries. So there's plenty of people to love.
Why is it difficult to own a house in the Philippines?
I couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
Why is it difficult, Billy?
Yeah. Let us know.
It depends, right? It's true that in Mexico, and not because you're a foreigner, it's normal. I don't know. I think the more, even for people who are 30 years old, it's getting difficult for them. I have friends saying that it gets difficult to find a partner here in Mexico because people are already married, or I don't know. It's not their focus in life to get married. I don't know if that's an issue or something that it has to do with that. I don't know. Sorry, Billy. I think we need to go to the Philippines to make the comparison.
We'd love to.
What's the word?
Comparison.
Comparison. David Posh Fresa It's similar.
Pretty
It's
much, yeah.
Similar,
It's
right?
like the-
I would say posh if I translate fresa to
Yeah.
to British English. Posh.
There's different connotations, isn't there? Like if I think of a posh person, then I think of like the English version, whereas it's different to Mexican
It's
fresa.
different.
The accent and stuff is a fresa.
But in the UK, posh people have an accent. Do they have an accent too?
Definitely, yeah.
And it's for like fresa, like fancy.
No, well, you've met posh people in the UK.
Yeah, but I don't. It's difficult to tell the difference.
But they were speaking like posh people. The posh people that you met spoke like posh people.
But they're very. One difference that I could say is that the posh people that I've met in the UK, they are the nicer and what's the word? I would say in Spanish, simple. Like they are not pretentious people. They don't even care about the way they dress. They are very friendly people, and fresas in Mexico are not some people are friendly, but not all. That doesn't mean that all fresas are friendly, and some fresas can be pretentious in Mexico, and some fresas are fresas. So it's probably that would be a difference. What do you think about that? Do you agree?
I think so. I don't know many posh people, but the posh people that I know and that you've met are all lovely. Some upper class people in Mexico can be a bit pretentious.
Can be pretentious too. So in the Philippines, foreigners may not own property.
Okay.
Educados, correcto. That's the word that I was. Yeah, that's another thing. They are very polite, educados. That's something that I've seen.
Yeah.
So
it's a very relatively small amount of people that you've met.
I don't have a lot of references. Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, they're lovely people.
Yeah.
My posh friends, they know who they are.
Yeah. Okay. Dave, is there anything you want to say?
I don't think so. Is there anything that I should say?
I don't know. No.
No? Okay.
So.
Shall we go and eat something?
Well, let's ask this last question. Feeling super duper. Is it difficult to rent a home with 3 large dogs? It can be more difficult than not having dogs because a lot of people in Mexico don't like the idea of accepting dogs in their houses. But it's not impossible. Actually, Blair.
He bought a house.
Well, he bought a house. Yeah, it's true.
Rent it.
I don't know. It can be more difficult. Definitely, I think your options will be reduced.
Yeah. We definitely know people who rent who have dogs, don't we? But
with 3? The question is with 3?
Yeah.
Large? So, I don't know. Okay, bye, Mexican reformist. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this live stream, and I will be releasing a video next Saturday. Thank you for being here, and we had a great time here. Okay, bueno, adiós.
Yes.
Listo.
Listo.
Una hora.